Hi guys, welcome to The Talking Point with my usual self, George Baker Harris, and my co-host who is always here with us.
Nathan Leake.
So, it's been an interesting weekend, hasn't it, Nathan, to be honest?
Yes, it has. It has been an interesting weekend.
We're both in good moods.
A lot of good action, more controversy.
Lots of controversy.
But yeah, it's been more VAR gaffes.
Yeah.
But onto that. We'll get onto that when we get to the matches.
Not been great, has it? But
no, it's been an absolute travesty.
We won't touch on Saturday? We won't touch on Friday. Because we spoke about that in the preview. So if you didn't watch it already, go back and watch it. Great content.
Go back and watch it.
You get a nice little rant from me as well, which is everyone likes to see a rant from George. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite Arsenal fan TV level of ranting, but...
no, we'll get there. I'm working my way up. Don't you worry. I'll be up there with Goldbridge and Robbie and all that, ranting myself off when we do something stupid. But, yeah, start off with the early kickoff. Did you watch it? Or have you seen the highlights?
Yes, I did. Yes, I've seen the highlights.
See, I know you're a secret United fan.
I've seen all the highlights this week because Spurs won.
It puts you in a good mood, doesn't it? But yeah, Everton 1, Man United 3. In my prediction, I said Everton were going to win. And you said, what did you say again? We literally
Everton were going to win.
We literally shot this 3 days ago, and I can't remember. But yeah, we both said Everton win. And they were so poor, weren't they? They were awful. Like, first 15 minutes, they were good. But apart from that, they were just... didn't look like the Everton we've seen this season, did they?
No. It just shows how much they miss James Rodriguez.
100%. I think Richarlison gives them another attacking dimension as well, doesn't he? Like, because all they were doing is clumping it up to Calvert-Lewin, which, fair play. He tried his best, but Ollie just stuck Maguire and Lindelof on him. He just jostled out.
And then that's that cancelled out, yeah.
Exactly, and they've not really got any other threats.
No, aside from Richarlison, they haven't really got any other pacey play. Well, they did, but they loaned him out to Southampton.
Yeah. I mean, they had Bernard on the pitch, who got the goal. I thought Bernard and Digne caused some problems on that left-hand side, to be honest. Didn't give out Wan-Bissaka an easy time defending, which we don't really say often. But Bruno Fernandes, he's back.
Yeah. That was a brilliant header from him. You wouldn't have expected Bruno Fernandes to get a header of that quality.
He just flew in there, didn't he, like Superman? Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, like a kipper, just doink. Oh. And then the second one, well, was it Rashford? Was it...
I don't think Rashford touched it. He should have touched it.
No.
It went in. That's the main thing, isn't it? And then my favourite goal was actually the last one. The way Fernandes just brought the defenders away from Cavani. And it was a great finish from Cavani.
Yeah. A first goal for Edison Cavani in the Premier League.
First of many, I think. I think he can make a real impact if off the bench.
And an interesting stat from the weekend, Edison Cavani was the oldest ever goal scorer to score his first goal in the Premier League until the Chelsea game, where Thiago Silva took that record from him.
Oh, wow. 2 ex-PSG players. It's been a good weekend for PSG all round, isn't it? But, I was really happy, and I really liked the midfield combo of McFred. We're going to go and call him McFred. It sounds like a
meal at McDonald's.
But yeah, I really liked him, and I think they played well. I think Mata didn't play well. I think he's got to be swapped for Van der Beek. Really do. He's just not got the legs to catch Digne or anybody, and that really left us open. But
that's been 3 games in a row where he's not played well.
Exactly, and Donny van der Beek.
He had the Arsenal game where he didn't. And then the Istanbul Başakşehir game where he played awfully.
Yeah.
But then again, who in red didn't that night?
Van der Beek. Van der Beek was really good that night.
He just looks lethargic.
Does.
Like you say, age is probably catching up with him.
I think my main positive from that game was Luke Shaw got another assist. One in midweek, or one in the weekend. Nobody criticises Shaw for his defending because he can defend. Everybody criticises him for the numbers he puts up with assists. But he's doing that now. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Can you see him fight because it's England talk? Can you see him fighting his way back into the England squad for the next round if he keeps playing like this?
I mean, there's no reason why not. I mean, the only good left back that I think we have is Ben Chilwell. Aside from that, who else have we got?
Don't really have amazing. We're not blessed with left backs, are we, in this country? But unfortunately, for sure,
Not
he
at the
did come off
minute.
injured, didn't he?
Yeah,
The best time to get injured, essentially, though, isn't it? He's not on international duty anyway. So,
yeah. So
but,
he's got time to recover.
yeah, fingers crossed. Although I would like to see Telles because I'm a big fan of Telles. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
He does look very good.
Telles, yeah, he's only played against PSG so far, hasn't he? And he got COVID.
Yeah,
But he's all better. He's off with Brazil. Surprised Brazil picked him, to be honest. But
yeah. If somebody had COVID, I'd maybe give them a little rest to recover.
I'm surprised United didn't block it because we've blocked Lindelof from going due to the whole. Yeah, because in Sweden and Denmark, you can't enter if you're English at the moment, can you? Due to COVID. Even part of the elite sport bubble, we're not allowed in the England against Denmark. Apparently, England are gonna have to forfeit. I saw on Sky today. I know there was something about it which I thought was peculiar because obviously we've got this elite bubble, but we'll see what comes with that. There has been a few games, isn't there? Juventus, Napoli, prime example.
Yeah.
But moving on, we'll move on from United before everyone gets bored. Crystal Palace, we said would win, didn't we?
Yeah, didn't
Yeah, we
expect
did.
it to be that scoreline.
No, we said 2-1, didn't we? But we did both say that that is dependent on down to Zaha, who was very influential.
Yep,
but he wasn't
he
the most
turned up.
influential player, was he? I thought Eze was just a man possessed.
Did you see the free kick he scored?
Oh, that was his first goal in the Premier League. What a
That was
goal.
a brilliant free kick.
What a way to introduce yourself. How much was he? 12 million, wasn't it? Wasn't a lot.
And he's still young. His ceiling's going to be very, very high.
He's looked good. He looked good. I remember when I watched him against United in the first game of the season. He looked quite good when he come off the bench. He looked positive.
Energetic, strong.
Yeah. I think he just needs to. I think he still needs to get used to the Premier League a bit. Like, obviously, in the Championship, you get a bit more time, don't you, to hold the ball? So I think he's going to get there, though. It wouldn't surprise me if he's, I wouldn't say after the Euros, knocking on the door for a friendly game for a Southgate, the way he's going.
Yeah, because he's in the under-21 setup now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's with
I'd imagine so. Yes, the great Jude Bellingham.
Yeah. We won't talk about him too much. I think it's a bit ridiculous what they've done with him with England, but hey-ho, he's the next big superstar, isn't he, from English football? They're going to escalate him. Anyway, but yeah, going back to Palace, they were brilliant, weren't they? Leeds Patrick Bamford offside.
That was ridiculous. Like, how can he give an offside for his arm being ahead of the last defender? You can't score with your arm.
No, because
unless you're Diego Maradona.
Goal. Yeah, exactly. But no, that
it's just proof again that it should have stood.
I'll tell you what,
my issue with it.
Go on, sorry.
My issue with VAR isn't the technology itself. The technology's fine. It's the people behind it. The people that are watching that and going, oh, yeah, that's offside. You can't score with your arm. Like, we've seen God knows how many free kicks and penalties given for ridiculous handballs.
Wolves was one of them.
Yeah, so
that was a bit unfair.
If those handballs are getting given, how the hell are you giving offside when his arm is offside?
And they're not consistent with it either. Like, VAR, it's supposed to punish challenges off the ball as well. Pickford, this is going back to the United game, but Pickford the other week, again, in the Merseyside derby, should have been punished.
And then against Maguire,
everyone said it was gone down too easy. He's just gone and clattered him. So that's 2 weeks in a row. I hate Pickford. But he should not be anywhere near this England squad. I just think it's between Pope and Henderson. It just, Do you know what? Like, I'd even have Joe Hart at this rate over Pickford.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I don't rate Pickford. He's too reckless. I don't mind a keeper that's reckless like a Manuel Neuer, but Neuer's consistent with it. Like, he knows how to read the game. Pickford he's fucking awful. He is awful. He had that good World Cup, which in hindsight everybody overachieved in that World Cup from an England point of view. You're looking at Jesse Lingard was good. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was good. Where are they all now? Not really doing great, are they?
No.
You know what I mean? I don't rate Pickford. I really don't. And I don't think Ancelotti rates him highly either because they brought a goalkeeper in. I mean, they tried to sign fucking Romero. And I guarantee if they did, he would have been their number one. But who have they
Oh,
signed?
yeah.
Russell, who even started the Premier League game last weekend, and it won't surprise me if Pickford's out of that Everton team soon.
Because they've got Lossell and Olsen as well.
Exactly.
They've got in on loan from Roma.
Exactly. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Regardless, right? Guarantee Gareth Southgate will stick with him. Just like Mason
Yeah,
Mount.
he's got his favourites, yeah.
He does. But, yeah, enough ranting about that.
Right,
No, I've had a
back
good day
onto the
today as
game.
well. Back to the game.
Yep.
I just thought it was a class performance from Eze, really.
And
I
Leeds
think-
are kind of proven Leeds are kind of proven to everybody they can't really defend.
No, they can't. Which I didn't expect Leeds to be able to do wonders in this first season anyway. I think they started strong when nobody was fit and had a pre-season, but now everybody's fit and up to standard. They're going, oh dear. Like, they won't get relegated. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think people are going to worry about Leeds as much as they did a few weeks ago.
No. Did you see the own goal as well?
That was so unlucky. Like, it's one of them days, isn't it? When it's not your day, it's not your day, is it?
Like, there's probably a 1,000 to 1 chance of that going in.
You could replay that
and it
scenario
did
1,000 times and it won't go in. Like, it's just so.
But then again, the goalkeeper's positioning was just horrendous.
And he's been quite good this season as well, that goalkeeper so far.
Yeah, he has.
But I'll tell you what, the one positive I take from Leeds out of that is Click and Bamford. Click got both assists. Well, both assists.
Yeah.
The one that should have stood as well. Bamford's finishing well. Them two look a good partnership, don't they? Up front.
They do, yeah. There is potentially more. Bamford looks way better this season in the Premier League than he's ever done.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's a confidence thing or he just needed to.
He come back with a point to prove, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's proven that point.
Everybody laughed when he scored his first goal, me included. I was like, "No way, is he actually just?" But he's doing it consistently, isn't he?
And it was a good goal as well.
Yeah,
he
wasn't
keeps
lucky.
scoring really good goals.
Yeah, I remember the
hat trick against Villa, the goal
the
on
third
the weekend
when he turned and shot
both
with
the
his left
disallowed one, both the disallowed one this weekend and the one that was given. Both are good finishes.
I wouldn't surprise me if someone gets an injury in January, they might try and poach him. Unlikely, but if Leeds don't do well and he continues, it won't surprise me for not maybe a Tottenham or that level, but a Southampton or Wolves or someone of a higher class. Yeah, but
and I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, if the form continues, gets his way into the England squad.
Yeah, Danny Ings is out.
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Weeks. Ollie Watkins is banging on the door of it. But we'll speak about him in a bit. Moving on. Chelsea 4, Sheffield United 1. I only actually saw the first 10 minutes of this, and then I had to go do something. But
I've got two words for you. Hakim Ziyech. That guy is on another level. He's unbelievable.
All right, he's the third best attacking midfielder in the Premier League. We'll give him that. He's not quite on the level of De Bruyne and Bruno yet. Yeah, no, I did. They were class. Absolute class.
They were fantastic. I mean, I think he will be like the Eden Hazard for the next 3 or 4 years. I think
you sent me something like that.
He'll be their talisman.
You said it, didn't you? When he signed.
He's going to be their talisman.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? They've lost someone of Eden Hazard's quality of power, pace, and directness. And you don't really associate that with Ziyech, do you? You normally think more of a Silva type of player who's not necessarily he's quick, but he's not got that Hazard. He's not got that electric pace, is he?
But what he's got is a fantastic left foot.
Oh my God, it is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We found our new David Silva, haven't we? I just think he's going to be amazing to watch, and I don't want Chelsea to click, but it's quite entertaining to watch them all click together, isn't it? The Werners and even Thiago Silva's doing well.
Yeah. But I think they're going to be similar to Leeds in the sense of they'll score a bucket load of goals, but they'll concede a few as well.
The defense
not to the same degree.
I think Silva's come in and done a good job, to be honest. For 35 years old, we weren't really convinced, was we, when he signed?
Especially after
the experience.
Especially after his first Premier League game as well, against West Brom.
But he's already captain in the side, isn't he?
he's got that experience, hasn't he?
Oh,
He's captain Brazil in the World Cup.
yeah, he's
He's
a leader.
captain PSG. He's won things at AC Milan, PSG. I think he's won the
I think he's won stuff in Brazil as well, isn't he?
Copa America with Brazil.
Yeah, and I think, did he win at club level in Brazil as well? Not too sure.
I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, no, he's a brilliant sign-in for free as well. Like I would have given him a punt, to be honest. Reece James is looking good. Kurt Zuma's been looking good. I think they've looked okay. I think Chilwell looks a bit lost. I think he's been brilliant going forward, and he was again against Sheffield. But going forward, we've said this. He's fantastic. He's
just
like Robertson.
going the other way.
I think he's like a Trent Robertson. He's more like a modern day fullback, isn't he? Where they don't really know how to defend. They don't know how to defend, do they? Like, Trent and Robertson,
no.
they put ridiculous numbers up. But they're not the best defensively, are they? And you could probably say the same for Tellez as well. But then you get the other side of the equation, your Wan-Bissakas and your Azpilicuetas, and who are solid defensively, but aren't as great going forward.
I don't get the criticism that Wan-Bissaka gets in terms of going forward. He's not horrendous.
I don't. He's not horrendous. I know he does make some stupid decisions, but he's paid to defend. And there's not really anyone better than him at defending.
Not in the fullback position, anyway.
I don't complain, considering Gary Neville was never really great, was he, at attacking?
He was decent at crossing.
He was decent, but he was never like Trent level, was he? I just think someone tweeted this the other day, right? They went, Trent is just a Poundland David Beckham playing at right back.
That's a bit harsh.
It's a bit harsh, but he kind of. If you think about it, it does make a little sense, doesn't it? Like, and I love Trent. I think he's a brilliant player.
There is a little bit of truth to it, but it's harsh.
He's like playing David Beckham at right back, isn't it? Like
because he's going to whip the balls.
Exactly, but he can't defend. But
actually, David Beckham wasn't too bad at going back.
No, he wasn't. Okay, yeah, but I get Trent can defend, and obviously he can defend. He's defending for Liverpool. I'm not defending for Liverpool, but you look at the modern day, right? Like you look at Reece James, who can cross almost as good as Trent, but can also defend almost as well as Wan-Bissaka. I think from a Southgate point of view, he just needs to put him in. I think you'll get the best.
See what he does.
Exactly. But anyway, going back to the Chelsea game.
Did you see Sheffield United's goal?
Oh, that's the only goal I saw.
That was a fantastic team goal. Brilliant from a corner. That was a fantastic routine. You can tell they worked on it.
I thought that was brilliant.
Just a shame. It was just a shame for them that,
they started really well, didn't they? They really come out of the blocks, didn't they, the first 10, 15 minutes? And then gave it a go. And Chelsea were like a bit like, oh, they're attacking us. Uh-oh. And then Chelsea just kind of...
Fucking Ziyech happened.
Yeah, Ziyech kind of was like, nah, not having this. I want the win. I know I spoke about Tottenham in a title race, and just to touch on Chelsea lastly, do you think if they can find some consistency, the league is still there to be taken, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think if Chelsea can put a good run together, like they've played Man United, they've played... What's the other big team they've played? Or have they not?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I think it's just Man United, yeah.
Okay. But they got a point from United.
Yeah.
Do you think they can try and put a title charge together, or do you think that's one step too far?
Why not?
Like because they've got the talent to do it. It's not like because Tottenham it's got a good squad, but it's not got the squad there for Chelsea, is it? Okay, fine. Or say a Leicester, because you have got a bit of squad there. Let's go more at Leicester Everton. Yeah. They've got that amazing starting 11. I don't know why I'm going like that. Starting 11.
Big little fish cardboard box.
But they don't have any rotation, do they?
No. If they get a couple of injuries to their first team, they're screwed.
Which Everton are just 3 losses in a row. Says it all.
Yeah.
But we'll move swiftly on to West Ham. Wasn't the most convincing of performances, was it?
No, but they got the points, but that's mostly down to
Thomas Suchek.
A last-minute penalty.
Yeah, fuck
A last-minute botched penalty. What the hell
I mean,
was Ademola Lookman thinking?
I'm
Why
pretty
would you
sure
do that?
someone spotted him at the airport on a flight back to Leipzig after that. Like, I think they've cancelled his loan. Like,
Look, I imagine
right.
Scott Parker must have chewed him out after. You cannot do that, especially if you're in a relegation dogfight. If you get a penalty,
I get if you're 5-0 up, try it. But if you're going to get a precious
if you're
point,
1-0 down,
you smash that hard.
yeah, 1-0 down in the last minute. If he hits it and it hits the bar or goes, what? Fair enough, it happens. But don't try a cheeky chip.
I mean, De Bruyne missed a penalty, didn't he? Ibrahimovic skied it this weekend, didn't he?
Yeah,
missed a penalty.
I mean, it happens, but they were probably in a better position than Fulham were.
Yeah. So I think that's him off penalty duties, mate.
Yeah, I don't understand why Mitrovic didn't take it.
Was he on the pitch?
The guy's a centre forward.
Was he on the pitch? I think he was on the pitch, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he was. No, he was on the
lacking
pitch.
confidence at the moment. I don't know, but yeah, because he normally blasts them. Doesn't he? He's like a Vardy technique, isn't he? Or Dini, he just runs up and smashes it, doesn't he? Which normally works.
Mitrovic should be on that penalty.
100%.
He should have been on that. If he was on it, I think it would have been a draw.
1-1. But anyway, yeah. Moving into Sunday, West Brom 0, Tottenham 1. Nathan,
I am very happy to be wrong about this. I am very, very happy to be wrong about my prediction.
Yeah.
In fairness, I don't think we played too badly, but I think West Brom were very, very resolute at the back. They were very organised. When they came forward, they looked kind of threatening. I didn't think a goal was imminent for West Brom, but they looked like a little bit of a threat going forward. Lloris made a good save.
Yeah. I was watching something the other day. Sorry to interrupt you, but West Brom. I was on XG, expected goals and and expected points. I can't remember what website it's called now. It's really going to annoy me. Anyway, so the expected stats of this season, West Brom are like rock bottom, like 20th for goals, chance
creation, surprise me.
points, like even points, like they are rock bottom. And I thought it was a pretty. I do think Bilic is going to be the first to be sacked. Like I know Ollie's in the headlines, but I think Bilic is going to go. Like that was a very lackluster performance from West Brom. They didn't even give you a go. And Tottenham, I know Tottenham got away with it, but it just, from Tottenham's point of view, you wasn't bad, was you? You just couldn't. It was one of them days where it just wasn't happening. Like you made the movements, you made the passes, the balls were going in. It just was hitting the post. It just wasn't quite happening, was it?
Or they'd be getting a block.
Exactly.
That's more testament to good defending than us not being able to take opportunities.
I also think that it pays, like you mentioned the word testament, it pays testament to the fact that Mourinho's got this side well drilled. As like you would have seen a Tottenham side maybe last season when Mourinho first come in and under Poch towards the end, just give up.
We would have lost that.
You would have given up.
We'd have lost that if it was last season.
Like if you notice with Tottenham, which you probably will because you went to all the games, is it your performances died down towards the end, didn't they?
Yeah,
I don't think you're not the king of late goals, are you? But just Mourinho's the king of it, essentially these days, isn't he? And I really think
he knows how to grind those results.
He's making a difference, and I'm actually quite excited. Like my other half's a Tottenham fan, so I fucking hope they don't win the league, and I don't like Tottenham that much. But from an outside point of view and a neutral point of view, I can really get behind what Mourinho's doing there. He's obviously seen what you need, and he's outlaid a project plan. And I can really see him. Okay, you're not going to be the world's best team because you're still a mile off Liverpool and City on their day. But I can really see you giving that top four a push, and like I said, putting a title run together. Because I don't think you're going to need massive amounts of points to win the title this season.
Not this year, because everyone's taking points off of everyone.
Also, because it's a COVID environment where people are just getting injured. And you're seeing Van Dijks and Fabinho's and Trents, and they're just the bigger names that I know that have been injured so far. Gary Cahill, I know it's not a bigger club, but Palace will suffer points because of it. And you're seeing these game-changing players pick up big injuries. Like I know Van Dijk's wasn't due to COVID. Yeah, I know Van Dijk's wasn't COVID. But you're seeing all these like the COVID injuries and the regular injury. Like he's a regular season injury, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll just go back to the same point of because it's a COVID season. In a normal season, your medical department has struggled for fitness. As of ours, So it's not. I'm not going to just take shots at Spurs. You're not the only one. My only concern is keeping Harry Kane and Son fit, but they normally get injured, but then somehow make it back for the crunch game. Bale looked half decent. Still think he's a bit not. He's not match fit.
Bit rusty, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Has he been called up for
again,
Wales?
that's to be expected. Yep, he's been called up for
So that'll be
Wales.
good, wasn't
Mourinho's
it?
not happy about it.
No. Mourinho doesn't like international breaks, though, does he? I remember when he was United manager, he constantly moaned about it. But Mourinho should be praising it in a way. Like, I don't think Gareth Bale should start. But I think if he definitely got 30 minutes in each game, that would massively boost his fitness because it's 3 games, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just think help.
I think the link-up play between the three looked decent as well on Sunday.
It looked really good, and I think
again, not putting up any trees, but
I think it's a shame that Kane
you can
doesn't
see
have
that
this kind of movement around him in England level because he can clearly bring others into play as well as he's clearly up there with Lewandowski this season as a complete forward. Like he doesn't match the numbers of Lewandowski,
one player,
but
there's one player I think that would complement him for England, but Gareth Southgate doesn't want to pick him.
Who's that?
Grealish.
Yeah, I mean we'll get onto him in a bit, but I think if I could have any front three for England right now, it would be Grealish, Kane. Who would I play off the right? Sancho, because he's quite intricate, isn't he? I'd leave Sterling and Rashford on the bench, to be honest. I'd let him come on in the 60th minute. But because Sancho's quite intricate, isn't he? Where I don't think Sterling and Rashford are they? I know Rashford tries to and Sterling tries to, but they're quite... They lose possession a lot, don't they? And the decision-making is not great. But whereas Sancho is quite technical, isn't he? And I think if you could have him and Grealish either side...
That's probably because of him playing in Germany.
Yeah. I mean, we're not here to talk about Germany. We may do something in the future about him. I know I love a chat about Sancho.
Don't you just?
Oh, mate, you wait till January. I'll tell you now, but the rumours have already started again. But I won't get into it on here. I'll tell you one of the rumours after. It does make you laugh. But moving on to... so just to finish touching on Tottenham, Doherty looked quite good. He's looked a bit out of place, hasn't he?
The assist was a brilliant assist. Yeah. Although I think that's more down to Aurier playing slightly better now. I think bringing in another fullback was the competition he needed.
Yeah. Well, it done me well to good on my dream team. But he looked really good. And like the Doherty we know, like because he's not. It's not like he's made a massive jump, is he? I get from like club size he probably has, but the playing style and mentality is on par, isn't it?
Similar.
Yeah, and he's not really changed roles in that sense. Like you're not really a defensive team; you are the same as Wolves. But I thought he looked great, and it's a shame the international break has come now. To be honest. But
I really don't want Kane playing for England at the minute.
I don't want England playing full stop. I can't. I don't want Portugal playing. Fernandes picks up a niggle. I'm going to cry. We're fucked. We're going down.
Yeah, but then he got Van de Beek that can fill in.
But he won't play him. I guarantee Lingard will be fit and he'll play him.
Your favourite.
I love him. Anyway, going on to Leicester. Very convincing win, wasn't it? I know it was only 1-0, but Wolves they looked miles off the pace, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a few chances, but you wouldn't say it was anything substantial.
You never would have thought, oh God, Wolves are going to get something here. You always felt like they were in control. But
from the moment they got the goal,
the biggest talking point is the goal. Do you think that was a penalty? Like I know everything has been given as a penalty like that, but do you think the rule needs to change?
It needs to. It needs to. How can you
very
give a penalty
unfair.
like that?
I think who was saying it? I can't remember. But if you're going like this and you're physically going to save it, fine. But you need to adjust your body.
Arm is by your side.
Yeah, and as
your arm is by your side.
His arm is going back in towards his body.
He's trying to move out the way of it.
But
the funny thing is, the penalty that they scored from shouldn't have been given as a penalty, and the one that was a stonewaller, they missed.
Yeah, talking another penalty takers who don't normally miss, Vardy doesn't normally miss, does he?
Yeah. Although that was more down to, I think, good goalkeeping.
Oh, that was a brilliant save, wasn't it? Because he hit it hard, didn't he?
Yeah. He hit it hard and low, which is
I
what you
would
need
not
to do
like to
with
be that much
paintball.
time.
But the
If I was that
keepers,
keeper, I'd be like, keep my 60 grand this week. I'm going to stand here. You have the goal. I just wouldn't want to be in front of that. I'd be like, tear up my contract. I don't care. I'm done. I'm not saving this. But I'll tell you who the standout performer was for me. Was their new centre back, Fofana. I think he's had a really good start to the season. I think he's been quite commanding.
yeah, he's.
Him and Soyuncu.
If they can keep those two fit for the remainder of the season, they'll probably be playing in Europe again.
Yeah.
Who knows which competition though?
Well, who says to say that they can't win the Europa League? They're in it to win it.
I mean,
I know
like I
Leicester
said earlier, anything is possible.
Leicester aren't a big name, are they? But when they went to the Champions League and everyone wrote them off, they got to the quarters and they were unlucky to lose to Atletico.
Yep, they beat the lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I just think Leicester have got something. I think Rodgers is a fantastic manager.
Yeah.
Really think he's done well. I think Scottish football really done well for Rodgers, didn't it? As of Gerrard, like he's doing bits out there, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe it's instilled a winning mentality into him.
Because you didn't see that at Liverpool as much, did you?
No.
Obviously, he laid the foundation for Klopp, but Klopp had completely ripped up that foundation and started again.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, we've noticed the League One, like the French league, has done really well for defenders, isn't it? Saliba for Arsenal, Gabriel for Arsenal, Fofana. Missing a few more off the top of my head. But they look like they're really... Koundé for Sevilla, come from Bordeaux, didn't he? Really look like League One could be a potential market to start sourcing players from.
Sourcing defenders, yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well, attackers, yeah. Neymar and Mbappe, wouldn't mind them. But moving on to what we
Expensive.
thought would have been the biggest game of the weekend, or the title decider. I know it's too early, but
Yeah,
that's what you kind of assemble, isn't it, with these kind of games? It was a very lackluster game, wasn't it, compared to what it normally was?
It was so flat.
I think.
But then again, you get that a lot when you got
big teams
networks
meet.
advertising games. They build them up to such a degree, and then when a game like that happens, you just
can
so
never live up to the hype.
disappointed.
Well, I mean, Tottenham and United lived up to it. It's like,
oh yes, it did.
I mean,
And
first 2 minutes, you were like, oh, shit, Tottenham are going to get done. And then Tottenham were like, yeah, nah, fuck this. You've got your goal now. We're going to go do it to you. But yeah, no, like the first 10 minutes could have been 5-5. But then after that,
yeah,
I don't remember a decent chance. No, I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. Like there was no fluidity to either play, which is surprising considering that's how both teams
who's playing.
play. Yeah, exactly. It's not like you've got United versus Chelsea was a prime example of both managers just wanted to sit back and didn't really give a shit. Normally with this game, you normally get Battle of the Titans and basically it's like a game of FIFA, isn't it? When these two meet, it's whoever can score more, essentially, isn't it? But it was so flat, wasn't it? De Bruyne missing a penalty, completely missed the target. I know it wasn't by much, but you don't associate that with anyone but Kevin De Bruyne.
I guess he just had one of those days where he just had an off day.
It was hammering it down in Manchester, but there's still no excuse. I think a draw is good for the rest of the Big Six, and it's also a good result for United. Yeah. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Like for teams around our area who are actually only a couple of points off City. We spoke in recent episodes of your Pochettinos, your Ollie's, and your Billiches and Tuchel's and etc. Like the people that are already hitting the front papers. Do you think there's a case at all for Pep Guardiola? Like Klopp's safe. Klopp can get relegated this season and we'll be fine. But do you think there's a case for Guardiola to be sacked? Like I get he's doing well in Europe.
No.
But his league form isn't any better than ours.
No, he will not get sacked.
Do you think it's
ending his contract? Ending his contract will be ridiculous in terms of finances. Even the sheikhs will,
for them.
Yeah, but even the sheikhs will be like, well, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Second of all, like you say, they are doing well in Europe, and I think that's their goal this season.
Yeah, they're
Their
essentially
goal
like a
is to win the
PSG, aren't they?
Champions League.
Just they don't. Obviously, the league's not as easy. I think
Yeah.
regardless, they'll get top four eventually. I think they'll grind it. But what I think I said, did I say fourth or third? Third or fourth, didn't I? Put City in, didn't I?
I think third.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me for that actually. And you were a bit shocked when I said that, but it's looking to be a weird season. And Leicester are top at the moment. Can they win it again? I'd love it.
Yeah.
I'd love that. But
I'd hate every second of it.
but it's weird, isn't it? I just think obviously everyone's pelting for Ollie's job. No, Pep Guardiola's not done anything. He's got 2 points more, 3 points more, which I get are a lot of points.
I think
it's
so.
not a lot of points considering who you are.
Yeah, I still don't think that Pep will go.
No.
I don't think he'll get sacked.
No,
I think if Pep leaves Man City, it will be on his terms.
Yeah, and I do agree that it is. Obviously, it's quite far-fetched, but I just want to throw it out there because obviously you've already got the sacking wheel has been put in motion, hasn't it, for some managers? And
yeah.
He is on form, on paper, no better than them.
But
yeah, just the name and the money.
there are other factors that are in his favour.
Isn't it? Do you think, to finish on City and Pep, do you think, obviously, if they miss out on Champions League, which I know we're only 7 games in for City because they've played a game less, do you think if they do finish outside the top 4 due to this COVID season and poor results, do you think Pep will leave?
It would be on his own terms if he does.
Would you still think they'd stick by him?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Just thought I'd throw that one out there and just see what your reaction was. But on to the final game of the weekend, which was the most entertaining game, funnily enough, which we don't normally associate with Arsenal.
No.
Take it away, Nathan, because I know you've been buzzing to talk about this game.
Boy, were we wrong with our predictions.
Well, on paper we wasn't.
It was 3 that could have easily been 6.
Oh, yeah, it could have been a lot more. Going off Arteta's game, like how he dominated United, like 'cause it wasn't a lucky win. We've been over this. From A to Z, Arteta was supreme in that game. What Arteta seems to, obviously, I know I've been raving about Arteta. You're still not 100% there, but you see where all this hype is coming from.
I'm going to contradict myself because I'm going to say he's improved Arsenal. But then again, the 3-0 looked like old.
Yeah. Do you think
defensively they just did not have a...
Yeah, I know they didn't, did they? Do you think he's still struggling for consistency? He
doesn't
seem to have it.
Yeah, big time.
Before we get,
because they didn't look convincing in Europe.
No, they didn't. But I think they're quite lucky because they've got a very easy group, haven't they?
Yeah.
An easier group than you, and you've got quite an easy one, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think Leicester have got the hardest group, and they're smashing it.
So it's going to be all.
Before we talk about the goals, I'm going to talk about Aubameyang quickly. Just since the whole signed the ting,
he's done nothing.
He's not done the ting.
No, he scored a penalty against Man United, and that's the only thing he's done.
He got a goal against Fulham, didn't he? At the start of the season. But he's not. Which I know from a Tottenham point of view is amazing, but you don't associate Aubameyang and Arsenal. His form since he's come to Arsenal, he has been brilliant, hasn't he? Even from a Tottenham point of view, you've got to stand there and go, "Wow!" But it just doesn't.
Yeah, he was ridiculously consistent when he came.
The last 2 years,
when he came to the Premier League, and I don't know what it is. Maybe his mind's elsewhere with the contract. Maybe.
Do you think now he's got that
tired?
Big now he's got that big 300, however much he's on, 350 grand a week, I think it's on, which is still less than Ozil.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he's living his best life. I wish I was him. Do you think now he's got to get a bit complacent because it wasn't a short deal; it was a 3-year deal, wasn't it? 3-4 year deal.
Yeah.
It was a fairly expensive deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think
he might be?
Also, we spoke about him being isolated on the wing, but even last season when he was out on the wing, he did contribute more than what he has been.
Yeah, he was still quite prolific.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you've got a very strong case for him to be playing down the middle. But do you just think that's it? Do you think we're going to see the decline of Aubameyang now? Or do you think it's a lack of fitness? The whole contract scenario has been going on. And do you think after this international break, he's going to come back with a bit more of a clearer head and crack on?
I'd say give it until the new year, and then we'll see if he's going to decline.
Yeah.
Because he could quite easily pick form up.
Yeah, and
he's that kind of player that on his day,
when he starts scoring, he just scores for fun, doesn't he?
Yeah. On his day, if he finds form, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll completely
he's up there with Harry Kane, isn't he? And Mane, like he's up there with the best scorers in the league. On his day, it just hasn't come.
On his day,
yeah, on his day, which hasn't come.
No,
but yeah, going back to praise Villa.
They were incredible.
Do you know what my favourite moment was? Yeah, it was actually when they didn't actually score. It's Jack Grealish was. I don't know. Did you watch the game in its entirety?
Watch the highlights.
Yeah, and it was actually in the highlights because I only watched the highlights. You got Jack Grealish running down the left, and he bodied Hector Bellerin.
Yeah, and I was like, that was brilliant.
Hector Bellerin
sent him to the barbers.
He's not a slouch, is he? He's quick.
No, he's rapid.
But he's not that weak either. Like he's normally quite good physically, isn't he? But Jack Grealish shrugged him off.
He's
like, literally, I was like, he'll shrug him off. And you know, like when you get shrugged off and you just keep running, like full on, Bellerin was done. Like he just stopped.
And then he played it square to, I think it was Ollie Watkins, and it was 3.
Oh no, it was a goal, wasn't it? It did come to a goal in the end.
Yeah.
It was my favourite bit because I think it's because of the quality he did it to. Because at the end of the day, Hector Bellerin is a good defender who isn't the easiest of defenders to beat. But he just made it look so easy. Like he just went whoosh, and Bellerin just couldn't even recover.
Maybe this is a reality check in a way to some Arsenal fans.
Yeah. And I'm glad it happened because they were all thinking they're bloody back under Arsene Wenger in their prime again from beating Man United 1-0 from a team when Man United didn't turn up. And if United had turned up, it would have been a different story. But I'm not going to get caught on that. They won. They deserved it. End of. But you're right. I think it is a good reality check in a way for the Invincibles that aren't back. And do you know what, right? We both said Villa have got a good starting 11, and when they get injuries, they'll die down. And they had that little blip, didn't they, mid-season? Not mid part of this start of the season. But they just, Ollie Watkins and Grealish and Ross Barkley.
And Barkley as well. That was a masterstroke bringing him in.
Barkley has done incredibly well. And he was brilliant at Everton before he went to Chelsea. He was outstanding. And he's been outstanding at Chelsea when he's played. He just doesn't get the games.
I don't understand why they don't play him.
I would happily take him I wouldn't because we've got Bruno. But if we needed another number 10, I mean, he's up there with him on his day.
I'd take him.
100%.
I'd take him, but there's absolutely no way Chelsea would sell to us.
No. Well, never say never because Chelsea do like to sell to London clubs.
Oh, no, never.
But
Mourinho and... Not
Chelsea,
Mourinho,
that's a nada.
Daniel Levy and Abramovich don't see eye to eye, so that's never going to happen.
But, Barkley's doing bits, and in a way, right, it actually makes me wish Loftus-Cheek had gone there, because I think Dean Smith could have got some really good use out of him, other than Scott Parker. We didn't think they were going to get relegated this season. We thought they'd be comfortable, didn't we? Because of the acquisitions they made.
But this is like beyond.
This is beyond what we thought.
I expected mid-table.
The only thing I expected this season was Grealish to continue this form, and it is clear to see why the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted to bring in Jack Grealish at all costs.
Poch wanted him
exactly, and obviously, I would have been happy with Grealish. I even spoke to you. I was quite excited about the potential signing of Grealish because I really rate him, and I think. I've got a friend who hates him. Like, he will not say anything good about Grealish. Like, he hates him.
Why?
because he doesn't. Because he's a Midlands fan and he doesn't like Grealish for that. And Grealish is a bit Irish, and he literally is one of them people that has just got an agenda against Grealish. And
Everybody.
I was like, look, right, fine. He was a bit inconsistent last year, but predominantly was good. But this season, he has taken it to another level. And even my friends now, like, you know what? I've got this agenda against him, and I will still say I hate him. But between us, like, yeah, he's looking good. And do you know what? I will lose my lid if Southgate does not pick him.
Same. He has to pick him.
He has to.
He
4
absolutely
goals
has
and
to.
5 assists from 8 games, sorry. Like, he is putting in numbers that you say Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes put in.
Yeah. He's got to pick him. He's got to build the team around him.
I just had a little thought in my head. Can you imagine if Mourinho brought him in January and just put him in that centre attacking midfield role? Could you imagine?
Your dreams, man.
The title race would be over. Like, and that's the scary thought. That you did want him a few years ago, didn't you? When he first burst onto the scene, and it actually looked like you were going to get him, and then you didn't in the end. And he stayed in the Championship, didn't he?
Over 5 million.
And everybody was like, actually, you shouldn't have got Grealish. And now he's back, and he's wow, just wow. But I think Watkins has done really well. Adjusting from life in the Championship isn't easy, is it? I don't know. Most of the goals have been on a plate, but you've got to be there to stick them in. And my God,
exactly.
We talk about Bamford getting an England call up. I don't think Watkins is too far away. If not, should be getting one now.
He's not a million miles away, but give him a bit more time.
Yeah. Anyway, that was it. We'll run through our dream teams. So Nathan, how many points did you get this weekend?
I know why you're asking, because you beat me. I got...
Yes.
Let me bring it up. Oh, no, the app's broken down. No, 49.
Okay. 49, I got 61.
Ryan got me 6. Alexander Arnold got me 2. James Tarkowski got me 6. Luca Dini got me 1. Jared Bowen got me 3. Son got me 3. Adama Traore got me 1.
Did you just call him Almond?
Yes, I did. Almond? And then retracted it.
Okay, well, I'm just going to point out to all the viewers that you called him
Traore.
Almond. I mean, he looks like an almond.
No, I said almond.
With his hair. But
I said almond.
Oh, right. It's
Adama Traore.
James
Ward-Prowse with 3. Click with 4. Jimenez with 2. Kane with 18.
Okay. For 61 points this weekend, because this is the only time I'm ever going to beat Nathan. Ryan with 6. Doherty with 12. Justin with 6. Trent with 2. Carl Walker-Peters with 9. He'd actually played quite well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Salah with 9. Aubameyang was my captain with 4. Twat. Romeo with 2. Maximan with 2. Jimenez with 2. And Werner with 7. And you know what? I've just decided Aubameyang is going to be removed from my team. And I'm going to replace him with Bruno Fernandes. I've got him in my Sun Dream team. I don't know why I haven't got Fernandes. Everything that Man United scores goes through him, whether it's an assist or a goal.
I have also made some transfers.
Have you?
I've
haven't made it yet, but yeah.
Trent Alexander. I've replaced Alexander Arnold with Reece James.
Yeah, he's out for 4 weeks, isn't he? Calf strain.
Yep, and I've replaced Danny Ings with Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a while. That's a shout. I'm going to have to do some tinkering with my team. But we've got the international break, haven't we, to do that? So I'll sit down and do it at some point.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That was our game week 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
The championship.
Yes, we did.
Championship table, because
speaking
that
of championship,
what goes on next season. Yeah.
Gary Monk has been sacked.
Has he?
Yeah, it was 25 minutes ago on Sky Sports. Sheffield Wednesday sacked manager
more
Gary Month.
breaking news.
Gary Month.
To be fair, it's understandable. They're 23rd.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to touch more on the Championship because I don't know a lot about it. Follow Coventry a bit because someone I know supports them. And it's funny to banter them when they lose. But yeah, take it away, Nathan.
Well, at the moment, Reading are top. They've done fairly well so far.
Been doing bits, haven't they?
Reading are top. Watford look like they might be coming straight back up. They're second. Norwich are doing okay. They're third. Bournemouth are fourth. Bristol City are fifth. And Swansea are sixth at the minute. So those are the teams that could potentially be going up next season at the moment.
Yeah.
And then if we go further down the table, Wycombe Wanderers are 22nd, expected. Sheffield Wednesday are 23rd.
Gary Monk now.
But they started the season with minus points, so that's understandable. And Derby County are rock bottom.
Because they're shit. Is Rooney a coach yet?
Because they're shit.
Is he part of the coaching team yet?
Kind of. He's like a player coach.
Because I know there's another clause in his contract where he becomes a full-time coach. I can't remember. There's so many clauses in that deal, isn't there?
Yeah, it's very, very dodgy.
But yeah. I think Championship.
Although Derby are due to have a takeover.
Yeah, I did read that. They're not that poor anyway, Derby, if I'm right. Their owner's actually quite well off.
Yeah, it's just whether he wants to invest in the team or not.
Well, we could see another Leeds United story. Club who gets bought in the Championship. I know Leeds are a different story because they've got history and everything, but I've noticed
so did
owners.
Derby.
I know, yeah, not as much as Leeds though, but I see owners looking more in the Championship now, and they see long-term
cheap
investment.
to buy.
Yeah, it's just getting out of that league, and then once you're out, the hard part is staying in the Prem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it's not even the first season that you've got to stay up. It's the second season. That's the hardest one.
Yeah, the relegation
Sheffield United are finding that out.
Even like if they get relegated.
Yeah, there's rumours they might be scrapping that though.
Yeah, I can understand it. Might make the league more interesting.
Yeah,
I know no one wants to get relegated, but if you're going to get relegated, you still know there's a couple of million coming.
There's money in there.
20, 30 million, isn't it? Something stupid.
Yeah, something stupid like that. Yeah, it's more to facilitate the wages.
Yeah,
Premier League wages to try and stop teams from going under.
Yeah, but I think we might do a Championship episode at some point in the international break and properly go into depth about it. Kind of just announce it just now. But
yeah, I mean, we can
about the Championship, and you started getting me excited about the Championship. So we've got content to do. So, but yeah, no, because there's a lot you can talk about the Championship, and I don't know a lot about it, but I do find it quite interesting. So we can talk about that. We do have some content coming up, don't we, Nathan? Well,
do we? I mean, we do.
No, like we've got some content with a couple of guests. Well, we're going to try and book them in and get them sorted. You know who I'm on about? We just haven't really discussed it a lot.
I know who you're on about.
Yeah. So we'll try and get that, guys. We won't stay quiet this international break like last time. Big ups to the person that commented on our last video saying keeping the work going, guys. Guys, the comments really mean a lot. And thank you to the new subscriber. Hit 126. So we're growing. Next stop, 1 million. Nah.
Next stop, the world.
Yeah. Next stop, 130. Means a lot, guys. We will be back some point during the international break. If you do get bored, please talk to someone. I know the international break is a dark and scary time for all club football fans.
Yep.
We're here, guys. Don't
Can't
worry.
even go to the pub during this international break, but
No.
oh well.
Get pissed off.
Get on your PlayStations, your Xboxes,
mate,
whatever.
I've been smashing out the Xbox, but FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah, it's been Watch Dogs for me.
Yeah, good game. Anyway, guys, before we get going into that, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and have a good international break. And we will see you so soon for the next round of fixtures in the Premier League. We cannot wait. But until next time, guys.
Goodbye.